It was 3:47 a.m. in Sahurville, a sacred time. Normally, this was when the beat would begin. Tung Tung Sahur. The call that woke the town, stirred the elders, and signaled that the morning chaos could begin. But today, there was nothing. Just a soft wheeze. Tung Tung Sahur stared at his ancient drum set, confused and sweaty. The instruments looked fine, but the sauce was gone. The glowing, bubbling, absurdly spicy sacred sauce of Sahurville. He pulled out the emergency gong of waking and slammed it. Across the city, 5 phones buzzed simultaneously. Their screens flashed one word: sauce stolen. In various corners of Sahurville, Spyoniro Golubiro was halfway through a Morse code therapy session with himself. Ballerina Cappuccino was pirouetting through a car wash just to stay awake. Magistro Macaroni was busy enchanting a new spell called Al Dente Shield. Dr. Clownface was performing surgery on a rubber chicken. Lil Sahurka was DJing a rooftop party for raccoons. When the signal hit, they dropped everything except the chicken and sprinted to HQ, a giant wok buried beneath the town square. Tung Tung briefed them in urgent tones. The sauce is missing. We suspect him. Everyone gasped. Even Lil Sahurka played a dramatic trombone sound. Vapazilla. As they prepared to leave, Dr. Clownface accessed the memory clouds. Floating flashbacks stored in glowing soap bubbles. They learned the truth. Years ago, Vapazilla was a TikTok chef named Bobby Vapes, who lost his fame after a failed collab with Magistro Macaroni. He was laughed off the platform and fell into the deep fryer of madness, where he fused with a rogue vape pen and became a smoky nightmare. I told him not to mix mango with garlic, whispered Macaroni. Now Vapazilla wanted revenge, not just for fame, but to erase morning itself. No more sahur, no more drums, just endless snooze. To reach Vapazilla's lair, they had to cross the swamp of forgotten hashtags, where outdated memes roamed freely. The influencer graveyard, filled with ring lights and broken brand deals. And finally, Mount Caffeinatus, a volcano powered by espresso beans. Each hero faced personal challenges. Spyoniro Golubiro had to defeat his clone, Golubiro, who mimicked his every beep. Ballerina Cappuccino ran out of coffee mid-pirouette and had to dance on pure willpower. Macaroni's magic began glitching because he forgot to update his spaghetti OS. Dr. Clownface got cursed by a sarcastic owl and temporarily turned into a mime. Lil Sahurka summoned a sound beast by dropping his iPad into a lava latte. Inside Vapazilla's lair, they discovered an entire factory of sleep, giant lullaby machines, bed dispensers, and hypnotic ring lights. The sacred sauce was suspended in a levitating blender, guarded by the Yawnicorn, a unicorn that yawned so powerfully it caused temporary blackouts. After an exhausting battle involving lullaby immunity headbands, interpretive dance, Morse distractions, and pasta shurikens, they reached Vapazilla. He stood tall on a throne made of vape cartridges and canceled brand deals. "So, you came to stop me," he grinned. Tung Tung Sahur stepped forward. "We came to wake you up." They launched into the final battle, a Sahur showdown. Ballerina Cappuccino danced in zero gravity. Macaroni summoned a pasta phoenix. Spyoniro hacked the sleep machine using a rotary phone and paper clips. Dr. Clownface juggled live fireworks. Lil Sahurka dropped a bass so heavy the volcano shuddered. Tung Tung Sahur and Vapazilla faced off in a drum versus vape beat duel. Tung, 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 whoosh, peft, clang, clang, bada, tung. The sound shattered reality for 3 seconds. Vapazilla combusted into a cloud of expired sponsorships. With the sauce restored, Sahurville pulsed back to life. The sun rose to the rhythm of drums. Kids danced in the streets. A raccoon DJ spun lo-fi beats. Tung Tung Sahur stood atop the wok and raised a single drumstick. Sahur is back. And from that day forward, every morning in Sahurville wasn't just a wake-up call. It was a battle cry. It was art. It was Tung Tung Sahur. It had been 2 months since the great sauce heist, and Sahurville was more chaotic and musical than ever. Every morning was now a performance. TikToks trended just from background noise. Ballerina Cappuccino launched her own energy drink, Spyoniro. But peace never lasts. At exactly 3:48 a.m., right after the drums rang out their famous Tung Tung Sahur, a strange tremor shook the ground. Not from drums, not from dance, from beneath the town. In the control room of the Sahur Surveillance Sausage Center trademark, a real place, the alarm lights flashed. Unknown sound pattern detected. Tung Tung Sahur turned pale. There's only one being who drums backwards. Everyone froze. The Snooze King. Legend spoke of an ancient rival, a being banished from Sahurville decades ago. The Snooze King was once a drummer too, but he played anti-beats. Instead of waking people up, he lulled them into recursive naps. He once put a whole village into a 4-year nap loop. He was defeated by Tung Tung Sahur's great-grandmother, Mama Gong Gong, who sealed him in a dimension called the Cushionverse trademark. Now, somehow, he had returned. Tung Tung slammed the emergency kazoo of doom. A purple fog shot into the sky. Old heroes returned. Spyoniro Golubiro, now upgraded with a USB port and Bluetooth. Ballerina Cappuccino, who now glides using espresso-powered rollerblades. Magistro Macaroni, teaching pasta food to underprivileged noodles. Dr. Clownface, now legally a professor of quantum comedy. Lil Sahurka, now fluent in TikTok's soundboard lingo. But they weren't enough, so new heroes joined. DJ Mattress, a techno DJ who only performs while floating mid-nap. Slappy McNapster, a koala bounty hunter who slaps people awake. Queen Kikiriki, a rogue alarm rooster who can scream at 432 decibels. Together, they would become the Awakeners. The Snooze King's plan was already in motion. He released an army of REM goblins, creatures that crawled through dreams and whispered snoozy thoughts. Just 5 more minutes. Do it tomorrow. Hit snooze again. Citizens of Sahurville fell asleep while walking. Whole buildings nodded off. The Wi-Fi started buffering endlessly. Worse, the sacred sauce stopped bubbling. Its energy was being siphoned into a strange, swirling orb. The eternal pillow. Tung Tung knew they had to go deeper, literally. Using Macaroni's newest invention, the rigatoni reality rift. The team dove into a portal and landed in a dimension that looked like IKEA ate too much melatonin. The sky was velvet. The ground was memory foam. Every breath tasted like lavender. Inside, DJ Mattress was almost seduced by sentient body pillow. Spyoniro was brainwashed by a Morse code lullaby. Cappuccino fell into a loop where she dreamed of dancing in infinite espresso. Lil Sahurka got stuck in a TikTok sleep duet with a dream version of himself. Dr. Clownface was attacked by a pun monster called the Cum Dream. They were losing, until a sound. Tung Tung. Sahur was coming from deep within the core. The Snooze King stood 20 feet tall, wearing a cloak of dreams and wielding the Snoozic staff, an anti-drum that reversed any beat. "You cannot stop sleep," he boomed. Tung Tung stepped forward. "We're not here to stop sleep. We're here to stop you deciding when it happens." And then it began. The Dreamcore drum battle. They clashed with rhythms never heard before. Reverse beats, offbeat harmonics, ASMR counterattacks, pillow foo kicks. Sahurka summoned all his meme energy and did the ultimate alarm sound combo, mixing car horn plus rooster scream plus Nokia ringtone plus wake up samurai. Reality glitched. The eternal pillow cracked. Then Tung Tung did something unexpected. He stopped drumming. Everything fell silent. Now listen to the beat of the people. And from every house, every street, every device in Sahurville came one sound. Tung Tung Sahur. A million voices. The snooze king shattered like a bad bedtime story. Back in Sahurville, the people woke up slowly, gently, but fully aware. The sacred sauce bubbled once more. Tung Tung Sahur declared a new rule. Sleep and wakefulness are both sacred, but neither belongs to tyrants. They opened the first school of rhythm and rest, balancing beats and naps. Spyoniro published his autobiography, Beep Beep Dreams. Ballerina Cappuccino started a line of sleep dance mattresses. Dr. Clownface won the Nobel Prize for Funniest Nap Lecture. And Lil Sahurka? He became the voice of every alarm in town. But just as peace returned, a screen flickered, a glitch, a shadow, and a voice whispered, "It's me, AutoUpdate.x. You've ignored me for too long." To be continued.